Ken is a well-rounded character that is heavily geared towards offense. His corner carry is absolutely tremendous. Even from jabs, he's gonna be able to take you all the way to the corner. And not even that, just his ability to side switch, again, just from jabs, is absolutely insane. And once he got you cornered, obviously he does have a throw loop that is very dominant, very strong, and he has a lot of moves that are very active, like his standing heavy punch. So he's gonna able to keep you cornered and keep you pinned there. Ken also have a pretty strong low overhead game because he can set up his overhead to hit meaty so that he's gonna be able to combo after it on hit, and typically all of these are gonna be safe on block as well. So that is absolutely tremendous, and obviously he can like run stop and hit you low, so the mix-ups can be pretty decent. And defensively, Ken is also pretty great. He does have his OD Shoryuken, his OD Shoryuken that is an invincible reversal, and if you happen to be in burnout, his level 1 I do think is the best level 1 reversal in the game because it is on a backward motion, so you can buffer it much easier than other moves when you're in burnout. And remember, because he's able to carry you to the corner with almost a single hit, his defensive interruptions can turn the table heavily because now just a defensive shot lead to you being corner throw looped, so that is insanely powerful. And he's a protagonist, so he have protagonist normals. Ken jump-ins are absolutely powerful. Many characters that doesn't have invincible reversal will find it difficult to anti-air Ken, and his crouching medium kick is 7 frames, one of the fastest in the entire game, so that obviously is very powerful. And Ken mix-ups in general, his layer 1 mix-ups are insane, mostly thanks to the Jinrai special, which the opponents really need to have deep knowledge of how it works to be able to counter it. Ken also have a lot of really good approach options in the neutral thanks to his heavy kick Dragon Lash that is +1 on block, his standing medium kick is really good, his standing heavy kick is really good, and he does have a decent fast drive rush, so drive rush jab is a good option for him as well. Unfortunately for Ken, not everything is perfect. He have an issue in that he doesn't have a single normal that is plus on block, so you kind of have to rely on Dragon Lash and drive rush pressure to establish plus frames. Also, because he doesn't have a normal overhead, he doesn't have access to drive rush overhead, meaning that his overhead game is somewhat predictable. It always comes from a specific setup, so an opponent that knows a matchup might be able to deal with it well, and all of them will be negative on block anyways, unlike other characters with drive rush overheads that can lead to a lot of damage if they happen to get the hit, or lead to plus frames if the opponent happened to block. I also think that Ken's damage output is slightly below average. It's not bad, but he doesn't do nearly enough damage as say Ryu, Bison, or some of the better characters in the game. All things considered, Ken is an absolutely fantastic character, absolutely tremendous, and he's such a lot of fun to play. As we always do with these videos, we're gonna start first with the character normal moves, starting with the lights. And Ken have phenomenal light attacks in my opinion. He have two 4-frame lights, which is his standing jab and his crouching jab. And although on face value they may seem kind of similar, how you would actually want to use them is different. They both favor more specific situations. So as you probably can figure out by the animation, standing jab have more range, while crouching jab have more plus frames on hit. Standing one leaves you at a +4, crouching leaves you at a +5. And they behave how you would expect. So we got Akuma here trying to mash jab, and they will frame trap into each other just like any other, not any other, like most lights in this game. So you can go for like standing, that would frame trap, standing crouching, that would frame trap, crouching, and crouching standing. All of them would frame. Oh my god, Akuma. Akuma was really good on that mash. So they frame trap into each other, right? How would you expect? And because both of them are 4 frames, both of them would be good for defensive interruptions as well. So this string that Akuma did, it have a 5-frame gap within it, so I can mash my light punch, and both of them would work. Both of them would give me the counter hit, right? I would get the counter hit either way. But how are they different? Well, the standing version, we said that it have less plus frames on hit, but it is more active. It has 3 active frames, while the crouching version have only 2 active frames. So this move have more range and it is more active. This makes it a better neutral move. So if I'm in the neutral like that, I'm trying to harass my opponent, I try to fish for a counter hit. Standing version, because it have more range and more active frames, it's actually better. So in the neutral, fishing for a counter hit, fishing for a whiff punish, standing jab is better. But if I'm going for combos, crouching jab is better. It combos naturally into his light kick, and it combos naturally into his standing medium punch because it's +5. But also because the crouching version have better frame data on hit, it is better on a counter hit, or if I'm trying to use it defensively, right? So if I interrupt with a standing jab here, I get a +6, but this +6 doesn't give me anything super great. Like, because I got him crouching, I can get standing medium punch, which is not bad, but the crouching version will leave me at a +7, so I'm getting a crouching medium kick, right? This typically have a little bit more range. So if I'm trying to shake defensively, that is really, really good, right? Crouching jab comboing into a counter hit crouching medium kick is really, really good. This have a lot more range because the crouching medium kick have more range than the crouching medium punch. This give you like a longer or a better and more often than not, more consistent check on defense, right? And on combos, they obviously combo into each other. And even max range jab will combo into heavy shoryuken. But there's also some interesting differences. Like I said, the crouching version is better for combos, and I'm gonna leave like a combo section at the end. But if you're crouching, the crouching version does combo into his standing light kick, so you can do 3 crouching jabs into standing light kick into uppercut. That is great. You can do crouching jab into medium kick tatsu, and this give you like a meterless knockdown. That is really good. The uppercut does require drive rush oki. So here, like, you don't get dash oki, but with a medium kick tatsu, you actually do. Right, I can dash up and be +7. Standing jab will not combo if we make here block after the first hit. It will not combo into medium kick tatsu. So in many ways, the crouching version is much better for combos. Again, there will be like a combo section at the end. While if you're going for footsies, if you're going for pressure like that, fishing in the neutral, the standing version is more. And obviously, because it's more active and it have more range, it makes it like the preferred move to use out of a drive rush, because obviously you want to have more range and more active frames. And on a drive rush, it's gonna be +8, so you are getting the combo into crouching medium kick into a good knockdown. Now, both of these moves are -1 on a block. Try not to mash Akuma. Both of them are -1 on blocks, and because both of them are 4 framers, if you're going for like a crouching medium kick drive rush, they're gonna pretty much behave the same, right? And just raw drive rush standing jab is gonna be +3, and can have like a really good raw drive rush jab, because obviously he has a heavy kick dragon lash that the opponent got to worry about, or like a drive rush crouching medium kick. So they worry a lot about what you may do out of a drive rush, and that really enables him having like a drive rush jab. So feel like I've been rambling a lot, but I hope that you got my idea. Neutral, this one, defensive interruption and combos, crouching, right? Cool. He also have a crouching light kick that have decent range, but it's not that great. You don't typically use it out of drive rush because it's only gonna be +1. So that doesn't really like enforce an amazing mix. And even if you happen to get the hit, this is only gonna be +5. So you are getting the light kick, which is not that great. Some other characters get like drive rush crouching light kick into mediums. He only get light kick, and I'm gonna get into the light kick later, but naturally you're not getting that much out of his light kick, right? But still pretty good for defensive not defensive, for frame trapping, if you try to shake them walking backwards, right? So if he's trying to like walk backward, this is really good, right? Because it still will combo into the other lights, so that makes it like really good if you want to shake them like that. Right? In that sort of instance, it's pretty great. Pretty much how you would use a crouching light kick, how you would expect. Now, Ken's standing light kick is very interesting because this move have amazing range. Like for a 5-framer, this one got amazing range, but also its utility is insane because it combos into his heavy uppercut, like regardless of the range almost. You will always get this to combo. And obviously this makes it like a really good move to use in a wave punish scenario. Well, maybe not that far because that was really far, but it's very consistent. And you are getting on a punish counter, you're always getting like a medium kick tatsu as well, so that's a consistent punish. And like I said, it combos from his crouching jab on like even the furthest hit. This is like a very consistent combo. So against like a crouching opponent, you are getting like a 4 lights hit confirm, which is great. And it also does have like pretty good frame traps attached to it. If Akuma is gonna try to mash his jab, you can frame trap with it into light Jinrai. Is that delayed? That actually should frame trap. He's delaying, yeah. He's delaying by a frame. Yeah. So you do frame trap with it into light Jinrai. And also like you can throw a fireball, medium fireball, or a heavy fireball, as that would frame trap as well, right? So it's really good to end like strings with it because you still do have like cancels that can frame trap. The main issue with his standing light kick, what keeps it in check, is that he can drive rush out of it into combos. So you can drive rush, cancel it into jabs, and get it to combo. See, it's not a 2-hit, it doesn't combo. But if you happen to get like a counter hit, you can. And actually, even if you got the counter hit, you can combo it even into like standing medium punch, which I'm gonna get into later, and that will combo into crouching heavy, so you can get pretty good stuff. So like I was saying earlier, this kinda nerfs his crouching light kick out of a drive rush because you're only +5. And what you can do here out of the standing light kick combo-wise naturally is pretty limited because you're not gonna get a drive rush cancel into combos. So it's an amazing move, really good for wave punishes, really good for frame traps because you get frame traps into fireballs, you do get frame traps into Jinrai, which I'm gonna cover Jinrai much more heavily later. It's a fantastic move all around. Now on to the medium normals, starting with his crouching medium punch, and this is very standard. This is the exact crouching medium punch that you would expect out of Street Fighter 6, even animation wise. It's 6 frame startup, it have a pretty good disjoint, it is pretty hard to whiff punish. His got 16 recovery frames, which is about average I will say, but this is still a fantastic buffer and whiff punish tool. Now its disadvantage is that it's only +3 on hit. Akuma, for example, is +6. Akuma got like 2 of them that are able to combo into each other. Ken doesn't really get that. He only gets it to be like +3. But what's really good about it is that it's still like a fantastic buffer. Say that Akuma here is gonna try to like drive rush at us, right? And you wanna check. This is the normal of choice. And one good thing about Ken is that let me actually turn on my inputs. You can almost immediately like buffer it into run, and if it caught drive rush, if it caught something, you just get the run immediately, which is really good, right? That is really good, and that does a ton of damage. That's like 2.5k for this meterless, and obviously if I'm willing to invest and I got the check, that is a ton. If I'm willing to spend the super, that's a ton of damage, right? Especially on a character like Akuma. And obviously because it got pretty good disjoint as well, it's good to use in footsies, it's a whiff punish tool, right? So it is the quintessential crouching medium punch. Now one good thing about it is that it is zero frame advantage in general. One of Ken's weakness is that he doesn't really have like plus frame normals, and As you noticed, or as you probably know, in this patch, Capcom made a lot of changes so that if you're, say, doing like crouching medium kick into drive rush jab, you can't shimmy, right? Most of the time, you're not gonna be able to walk backwards. One really good thing about this is that because it is 0, on a drive rush, it's gonna be +4. Right, instead of the usual +3 on his drive rush jabs, he's gonna be +4, and +4 do give you enough frame advantage to actually walk backwards and shimmy. So say that we did this, I actually have enough frames here to do like shimmy and get like a ton of damage on him. See, that's like really good, right? And this is a block string, so if he's trying to mash as well, like it's a true block string from drive rush heavy punch. So that is almost guaranteed, right? That is really good application for it, right? And the +4 in general give you like good frame advantage as well to go for some pretty good frame traps. And on a counter hit, it's gonna be +5, so it's pretty decent. So you can get like 2 of them into that. That's actually like really good, right? Or can even like walk forward slightly into like a crouching jab and get a mix-up as well. Though it's very powerful. Like as far as like this sort of specific cancel, it is very good. Now let's go over his standing medium punch. And Ken's standing medium punch is very famous for a specific target combo, which is medium heavy. And one of the things about Ken that is very special is that he gets to combo his crouching jab into standing medium punch. That is one of the very few characters in this game that get a light to medium link. And obviously, I mean, we are at tier 3, right? You know the combo where like you do the target combo into Rantatsu and you get that from jabs. So the target combo is obviously like a workhorse. In the prior patches, you were able to frame trap like within this target combo, but that doesn't happen anymore. This will completely lock them in, right? You can't frame trap as a medium into the heavy. You can't stagger it. It's one timing. It's always gonna be a block string. So that's a little bit unfortunate. The standing medium by itself is 5 frame startup, which is really fast, but it is -2 on block. So you can't really like frame trap with it that much. If you're committed to the target combo, you gotta have to go with an ender that can frame trap. So if Akuma here is mashing, as you can see, the target combo by itself is punishable. It's like -14, but like you can end it with like a light Hadouken that's gonna frame trap. You can go for the medium Jinrai that's gonna frame trap, or like you can go for an OD Fireball. And OD Fireball is the safest because obviously like the light Hadouken is gonna leave you at -7, and from this range you can get punished. If you're going for the medium Jinrai and says that Akuma did his OD Go Shoryu, the medium Jinrai, regardless of the ender here, the uppercut, the OD uppercut will punish it. Again, there will be like a Jinrai section, but the OD Fireball is preferred because this is the safest ender. If you just want to be safe, this is the safest ender. And like you can stagger this one quite a bit. But my understanding is that it will always be like a block string, but it is the safest option, right? Now, one really good thing about this sequence is that, as you know, in Street Fighter 6, most of the time people are gonna try to delay tech, right? And why would they delay tech? Well, they wanna avoid the grab while still be able to take the grab. So we know that jabs can frame trap into one another. So here, if we got Akuma to do like an immediate reversal jab, reversal throw, this will frame trap, right? So what he might do is he might try to delay it for like say 5 frames. And now he gets to block my jab, and if I went for a grab, he techs. This is a general strategy that everyone uses. But because the crouching jab is negative, and this is really fast at like 5 frames, if they are trying to delay tech, this actually will catch them. So this string, which combos naturally on hit, also happen to work much more than you would expect as a frame trap. which is kind of naughty, but it does. So offensively, even though it's not like a legit frame trap, it still works because it's really good at catching the late tick, right? So that actually is pretty good. And if you happen to get the counter hit here, he actually is gonna be +6. So you can get a crouching medium punch, which can then lead to like some pretty good damage if you want, right? So that is pretty interesting for Ken, right? Now let's go over the medium kicks. His standing medium kick got a lot going for it. It got a ton of range and it moves him forward a lot, right? Obviously it is with punishable. It got 20 frames of recovery, and if the opponent happened to mash a lot of DI, it's not cancelable. So it is susceptible to DI somewhat, but still it's an 8 framer, got insane range and moves him forward a lot. Now this does have a target combo attached to it, which is medium kick, heavy kick. That does pretty decent damage, 1400, and this is fairly hit confirmable. It got like a 19 frame cancel window. So like you can reliably hit confirm this. Obviously gonna depend on your skill level, setup and all of that, but I think it's a pretty good move to hit confirm. But it's also like really good on like counter hit as well, because on counter hit it's gonna be +5 and it moves him forward a lot. So like you can get like a light kick into uppercut that work from pretty decent ranges. And I also really like it from a drive rush because it moves him forward a lot. It carries a lot of momentum. See, like Ken will fly at Akuma, right? And on this drive rush, he's gonna be +7, and obviously his crouching medium kick is 7 frames. So this could work for like a really long range, right? That's pretty good. That is really good, right? So I really like it. I really like using it like that for just checks. One of the common things that a lot of Ken players like doing is they will throw like a light fireball from say this range, and typically you're gonna be like +1 or whatever, and say that Akuma here is gonna try to do his let's make Akuma try to go for a forward heavy punch Kiku combination. See, like you will get the counter hit, you will get to interrupt their action, right? It can work as a spacing trap for situations like that very well, right? And obviously, just with the drive rush, if you happen to get the regular punish counter, you're gonna be +7, so you can immediately like go into level 2 super if you want, and that is like if you're from a far range, or if you're a little bit up close, you can get like immediate crouching medium kick as well. So that's really good. I like it a lot actually. I think it's one of the better standing medium kicks in the game, especially given the startup. 8 frame startup for this much range is amazing. And obviously we're gonna talk about the crouching medium kick. Ken crouching medium kick is fucked up because it is 7 frame startup. This is tied for the fastest crouching medium kick in the game, and that makes it insane because he does get a counter hit jab into medium, and just defensively, like it's hard to approach Ken and try to approach him because this thing is so fast. It is so fast, and just that make it like such a good tool at controlling space and stopping the opponent from approaching, and obviously even in pressure you get to deny them the ability to walk backwards. And also one of the absolute better things about this move is that sure, I mean it is special cancelable, it's a Shoto crouching medium kick, and obviously drive rushes into the jabs, so you can get the drive rush, crouching medium kick, drive rush pressure going that you would expect. But this crouching medium kick also does frame trap into a lot of things. Like it does frame trap into light fireball, so it can be hard for them to challenge. It frame traps into medium kick Jinrai, and this frame trap will leave Ken at a +4 advantage. So if you're doing this relatively up close at this +4, you're gonna be able to convert. Actually, even not that close. Well, kinda. I think most of the time people actually do interrupt with crouching light punches as well, which will extend their hurt boxes. So this is what you're getting like most of the time. Alright, that is insane. That actually is insane. So not only are you getting like the frame trap into the fireball, but you also do get the frame trap into Jinrai. And one thing that's really good about it is that it was if a block string into light kick Jinrai. So it frame trap into medium and a block string into light. That is just killing. Right? And obviously depends on the character, the opponent. If they don't have an ODDB that is 7 frame or faster, this could be really good. His crouching medium kick is absurd. Like, it's super good. And in the most recent patches, they gave it the ability to combo into run uppercut. So now this actually can just be used to get like a lot of damage. Obviously, it does combo into the light kick and the medium kick Jinrai as well. So you can get into good knockdown. It combos into his heavy Tatsu, which give you like really good knockdown as well. It combos into medium kick Tatsu, which give you like pretty good knockdown. Off of a drive rush, it have enough frame advantage to give you like a crouching heavy, which does give you like pretty good run stop combos. Again, there will be like a combo section at the end. And because this move is 7 frames, a drive rush heavy punch will leave Ken at +7, and he get a crouching medium kick combo after. This almost is like magnetic. It like pulls him in so that this work. This is one of the strongest strings in the game, and because of the options that his crouching medium kick allow, I do think Ken probably has the best one in the game. So let's now cover the heavy normals for Ken, and again, these are very standard. Let's start first with the crouching heavy punch, which is the typical Shoto crouching heavy punch you would expect. It forces a stand, so it gives him to stand up. Really good frame advantage on hit, so that you're able to combo like the run stuff. But also this is a really good anti-air. If Akuma is jumping at me, obviously I can anti-air with it. Now he have an uppercut, so in many cases the uppercut is a much better, safer option, but the crouching heavy punch still works as a normal anti-air. Now, you notice here when I anti-aired Akuma, there is a little bit of a distance between us, and I'm at a +8 advantage. Now, as I said, this move is special cancelable, and you can use that special cancel property to turn this anti-air into an aggressive situation. So you anti-air, run, stop, and now I'm in Akuma's face, and I have enough frame advantage to pressure him or go for a grab, go for a shimmy, go for a mix. So that actually is like a really good aspect of it. If you're up close like that, you can even like side switch with it, and like that makes it like a pretty good anti-air to use in like situation. Like say that we were going for like throws against Akuma. I was gonna say through lubing him. He jumped at like the perfect angle. But yeah, like you can switch styles like that, keeps the corner, keeps the aggression, and like keeps him cornered. That can be really good, right? And obviously it's an essential combo move. Again, there would be like a combo section at the end. Now let's go over the crouching heavy kick, which is his sweep. And Ken's sweep is very standard. It's 8 frames, so it's on the faster side, and this does give Ken some pretty good setups as well. Obviously, like you would use it as you'd expect, mostly as like a whiff punish, but like can be used to set up like meaty overhead situations. As you just seen, you pretty much whiff crouching light kick, and then you run and you either overhead or stop. If you stopped, you're +3. If you went for the overhead, it's gonna be like a meaty overhead, so you can combo afterwards. So it gave him like a really powerful mix-up situation. Obviously, I can run stop and then go low, which is pretty good. That can lead to good damage. I was shitty, but you know, you get the idea. So it gives him like a fairly above average reward for like a punish counter situation. So that's good. His standing heavy kick is really good. It's 12 frames, so it is decently fast. Got pretty good range. This is like the longest normal for Ken, and one of his main tools in the neutral. Obviously, the thing with Ken is that from this distance, you can try to approach with a standing medium kick, but as you can see, the medium kick, like it might whiff on crouchers from a further range, but standing heavy kick doesn't have that problem. It's better in this regard, and if you happen to get a punish counter on it, like say that you got a whiff punish, they will do like that spin state, and obviously like you can you can just run into DP, and that is a pretty good conversion. Or obviously like if you want, you can drive rush into follow-ups, right? The again combo section at the end, but this is one of the main tools in the neutral for Ken, right? It's a big part of his neutral game. Because how you maintain this distance with either a Dragon Lash approach or a heavy kick, walking back and forth, drive rush jab, you know it's a big part of how you play the mid-range game with him. And obviously that leaves us with a standing heavy punch, and this is the quintessential Shoto standing heavy punch. It's 10 frame startup, it's 5 frames active, which is a ton. This is a ton of active frames. Now typically this move is -2 on block, right? But because it has so much active frames, you can use it in many pressure situation to make it plus. Like say that you go for the target combo into Run Tatsu with medium kick, heavy punch, it's gonna be so meaty that it's gonna be plus on block, right? So that is like one very common situation where you can get it to be plus. Lot of others, right? The move is so active. It's actually insane, and obviously depending on the active frames, the advantage will change as well. Typically it's +3. If I got in like that meaty situation I just mentioned, it's gonna be like +7, so you're getting a crouching medium kick. This one hits at like the last active frames, so you're getting a crouching medium kick as a natural combo. It's absolutely absurd as normal, and this is gonna be one of the main pressure ways with Ken. And one of the absolute best things about this move, one of the things that makes it absolutely broken, is that this into medium kick Jinrai is a true block string. So if I got Akuma here to try to mash jab, this is a true block string. The jab is not gonna come out. See, like he can't get the jab to come out. Obviously he does only after the Jinrai, but that shows you that it's true block string. And medium kick Jinrai does frame trap into the low follow-up. So I'm getting the counter hit here. So more often than not, the opponent is not gonna try to challenge. So if they're just blocking and if they just remain blocking, that is almost like an entire bar of drive gone. Heavy punch into medium kick Jinrai, obviously depending on the opponent, this is potentially one of the best strings in the game. Like this is actually very, very, very good if you wanna ship at their drive gauge, right? And obviously this is moves that also have a lot of momentum out of drive rush. So in many situations, most of the knockdowns, like you will try to drive rush into it. Say that Akuma here is gonna wake up with a jab. So if I did uppercut ender, drive rush, heavy punch, bam, you're getting the counter hit, you're +8. Even if I did like a level 2 super, yo, he's not waking up. Let's actually make him quick rise. Well, it's gonna depend on the corner, right? Did he not wake up? I'm setting it to reversal. Jinrai. That was +12. That was actually kind of insane. But yeah, in most situations, you're gonna be doing drive rush heavy punch because it's mad active, have a ton of forward momentum. And obviously in like, Fireball Wars as well, Fireball, I throw my OD, bam, bam, and I got him. Obviously here I was a little bit delayed to it. And obviously the thing is, you are getting like on this specific situation, it's not a punish counter, but a drive rush heavy punch is gonna be +7. So you do get a medium kick, and depending on like the ender you want, you can go for like medium kick Tatsu. That does pretty good damage, give you double dash Oki, so that is amazing. Or just like crouching. Oh my god, that was so meaty. Or like run DP, that could be like also pretty good damage. So insane normal in general for Ken. And obviously because it's so active as well, it's easy to use in like meaty situations without having like galaxy brain timing. So like say after like a forward grab, That was so meaty. Like you can just by the feel of it know that, oh my god, so meaty. +9. Even without like insane manual timing, right? Move so active that you're getting the counter hit, right? So it's an insane move for Ken. So let's now go over the air normals for Ken. And Ken is a Shoto. And being a Shoto means that by law, he have protagonist air normal. His air normals are actually insane. His jumping heavy punch have such a deep downwards angle, making it one of the best jumping normals in the game. This will beat so many anti-airs, you would have no idea that this joint is actually absurd. And obviously, even if you hit it really high, it's gonna be +8, so you're getting a crouching heavy punch almost regardless, which means that you can get some pretty good damage, right? Even on the high ones, bam, 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 into bam, bam, and that's like 3.7k, right? The same for his jumping medium kick, which is the cross-up, right? And this also gives him enough frame advantage to combo into a crouching heavy. Now, here is the thing. Because the heavy punch have such a downwards angle and he have a cross-up, from the same distance, like here, I got a specific distance, right? I saved the state so that can you actually see this. From this very specific spacing, if I jump forward medium kick, it's a cross-up, right? Cross-up. If I jump heavy punch, I hit from the front. Because it hits downward so much, you actually hit her from the front. Bam, 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 bam. Almost 4k. Cross-up, bam. Almost 4k. So his jump-ins are actually really, really, really good, right? That's actually very, very good for him. And just like most characters in the game, he have a jumping medium punch that set up a float state. And this one is special cancelable as well, so you can cancel it into air tatsu. And that obviously is like a lot of Ken players, especially like CPU, they love to air with this. Obviously, like you can land and then go for a combo, especially near the corner. Like you can combo an uppercut here. Or you can just go for the cancel into the tatsu. Specifically, you want to do like the EX tatsu because it's more consistent. It's gonna hit more consistently, right? So let's now go over the special moves for Ken, and he may seem complicated. I think that Jinrai got some sauce to it, but for the most part, he's actually very standard. Let's start first with the uppercuts. Light, medium, heavy, all of them are anti-air, so if she's jumping at you, you can use any of them to anti-air. All of them will do pretty well as an anti-air. Obviously, the heavy is the slowest, light and medium are faster, but they are shorter. So for like far range jumps, heavy can be like pretty good. But the thing about Ken is that most of his, not most, all of his uppercuts moves him forward substantially. So like stuff like that, he is a little bit more susceptible to it than say Terry, for example. But still, like you can autocorrect uppercut, and that can still work, right? Yeah, I mean, you can still get the crosscut, right? So, but he is susceptible. Like, there will be the angles like that where you're gonna try to DB, I got it this time, but where it will go the wrong side and you're gonna get punished, right? They're also like really good in combos. Most of the time, his lights, especially like light kick, you will wanna combo it into the heavy DP. And one of the really good things about this Ken is that his DP give him Oki. So if you notice here, Shanli is waking up with a jab. Say I did like a combo like that, I'm still gonna be able to drive rush and grab her on wake up. So it does give him like legit throw pressure options, drive rush throw pressure, and obviously like you can go for a drive rush heavy punch. So it sets up a pretty good situation. And as you would expect, like the OD version is his invincible reversal. So this can get them off of you. In this patch, they made it so that there is a large separation. This leaves him at like +22, but large distance, so you don't get like good follow-ups, right? But very standard, right? Let's move over to the tatsus. And obviously there is a light tatsu, medium tatsu, and heavy tatsu. And tatsus for Ken are combo fillers, they are combo attacks. If you're up close and you got the double hits on the light, this actually will give you a launch. You can get a medium kick uppercut on the juggle. You can get an OD uppercut as well, that is fast enough. You can get a level 2 if you want. And this if you're up close enough, like you can combo like 2 jabs into it and you're still getting the juggle. Crouching heavy punch is really good for this combo as well. So again, combo section at the end. The thing with the light is as you'll mostly want to end it with a juggle because the damage is not crazy. It's like 700 damage only, so not a lot of damage. The medium one does substantially more damage at 900, but you do get much better Oki here, right? You don't get a follow-up, but you double dash and you're still at +6, so you still is able to like frame trap the opponent or go for a throw mix. The heavy one, you only want to do it against standing opponents because it whiffs on crouchers. So if they're crouching like that, light still works. If you're up close enough, you're getting the multiple hits. Medium still works as well, you're getting the double dash Oki. The heavy version, only the first hit will connect, but the rest will whiff like that. So yeah, hard to use it. You want to use it out of like say a crouching heavy punch because this forces a stand and then you're getting good damage and you're getting good corner carry. But it's hard to use it like that. Like if you got the heavy, mostly you're going to be doing the run tatsu because that does more damage and give you like almost like a better situation, right? So it's not that useful, but I figured I should say it, right? And the OD tatsu, this does pretty good damage, but it's just like a move that you may use just for damage. It's honestly, I don't think it's that useful. Like most of the time, it's just it doesn't do more damage than just like heavy uppercut. And I honestly prefer ending with meterless and going for Oki than just going for the OD tatsu. But it is what it is, right? You're not getting much out of that, and the Oki situation isn't great. You still don't get like double dash Okis, right? So I don't know. I personally don't love it. And obviously there is air tatsu as well, which can cross up. So that is pretty good. I talked prior about the OD tatsu. The OD tatsu can cross up like that, but you're only +3. Like you have to get it to hit as a counter hit. So you can do that. And I will say for corner escape, air OD tatsu is not bad. So say that Chun-Li is gonna try to throw Lubas. I can jump forward OD tatsu, and that can be used as like an escape measure. In that situation, I do like it. As a cross up, I don't know. I think his regular jump-ins are good enough that I personally don't use it. It is there, it's an option, but I personally, I don't love it, right? Let's move over now to his fireballs, and again, very standard, very typical. His fireballs are 49 frames, so it's not great frame data. And as you would expect, light have the most startup, least recovery, travels across the screen the slowest, while the heavy version got the fastest startup at 12 frames and the most recovery, but the travel speed is decent. Obviously, Ken is not like his Zoni Shoto. At 49 frames, I mean, it's workable. Like, you can get some fireball traps with it. Say that we're gonna get her to try to jump afterwards. I mean, it's enough frame advantage to go for that, but it's not great, right? But still, like, you wanna throw some fireballs with Ken to have some presence in the neutral. You gotta make them think about it. And most of the time, you wanna throw fireballs with Ken to try to get your opponents to throw their own fireballs, because his OD fireball is potentially one of the very best in the game. So if, say, I happen to convince Chun-Li that I'm gonna be throwing fireballs, so she is gonna throw a Kikoken in response, right? My OD fireball, because of the priority system, it's gonna hit her, and I'm gonna get a punish counter, which then he does get like a drive rush heavy punch into like follow-ups, right? So in that regard, I do think his fireball in the neutral have uses just to get them annoyed enough to try to fireball back at you, right? I think it's really, really good to use it in this regard. And obviously in block strings, right? His Shoryukens, his Hadokens in general, the frame data on it aren't great. So even like on tip, crouching medium kick, fireball, you're gonna be -7, but there is good pushback. If I went for the heavy or the medium, I'm obviously gonna be like even more minus.
So that's something that you got to keep in mind. But yeah, the light can be good and it's decent for frame traps. If we got Chun here to try to mash her jab, more often than not, especially like on the medium normals, you're gonna get a cancel that is gonna frame trap her. So it's not that bad. And the OD version, is almost always safe. It's gonna be -2, so that's always safe. And obviously there are some situations where you're gonna be able to like fireball meaty like that one, throw immediate OD fireball, leave you at a +7 advantage where you're gonna be able to press again, right? So that's good, right? It always has its uses in that regard. Now let's talk about his new special moves, because they added new special moves to Ken in this game, which is Dragon Lash, Light Dragon Lash, or just Dragon Lash in general, and Jinrai. Let's start with Dragon Lash, since this is the one that you're gonna be using the most. Dragon Lash got obviously like the 4 versions, light, medium, heavy, and how you use it is very, very specific. In the neutral, if the opponent happen to block, heavy Dragon Lash is plus on block. It's gonna be +1 on a standing opponent. It's gonna be +2 on a crouching opponent. So if Chun-Li here is crouching and I happen to get her to block that, I can immediately throw. But if she's standing, her jab will actually beat my grab. So you gotta be careful whether you're standing or crouching, because the frame advantage actually differs and it does change the situation. But either way, I am getting a frame trap into crouching jab either way, right? So I figure that's important to say, right? Heavy Dragon Lash plays a big part in the neutral with Ken. How often you go for it? It is risky because they can DI it on reaction and they can parry it, they can jab you and you will be in a forced knockdown state, but it's something that you gotta throw every now and then. You got to keep them thinking about it because it facilitates you drive rushing at them, right? Or just walking forward and harassing with buttons, right? And if you happen to get the counter hit on the heavy, if they try to interrupt you and you got the counter hit, you're gonna be +5, so you are getting a combo immediately. Like you're gonna get that, and now they're in the corner. So it is very, very useful in this regard. There is a term going around with fighting games called mental stack, and throwing the heavy Dragon Lash is a very good way to get them to think about it. Now, why did I specify the heavy and not the other versions? Because the light is -4, so you are getting punished. The medium is -8, so you are getting punished. And the heavy is the OD is -9, so you are getting punished. It's only the heavy one, and it have a screen shake to let them know that you did the heavy, so it's very obvious, right? I'm sure if you play the game, you know which version it is, right? Because of the screen shake. Now, does that mean that the other versions are useless? No, I mean they have very specific uses. If the opponent is in burnout, if she's in burnout, like the version is always 0. This is actually the only exception. So this is really weird. Typically with Jinrai, with Dragon Lashes, let's actually get her to crouch. So standing +1, crouching is gonna be +2, right? And the same with the medium kick version, where this is gonna be -8. If she's crouching, it's gonna be -7. The light version is the same regardless if they're standing or crouching. It's always gonna be like -4. So if they're in burnout, this is not a terrible idea to use. You can use it to harass them because obviously it combos on hit as well. Like this never combos, but the light version does. And obviously it only leaves you at +1, but still you're gonna get to press your advantage. And on block, it's gonna be neutral, but they're in burnout, so you have more priority to press anyways. So it works really well against like burnt out opponent. And the medium kick version is the one that is best used in combos. Now, the medium kick and the OD versions are the ones that you would want to use for combos, right? Because they can combo in specific situations out of some of his normals, and you do get to combo afterwards. Again, there will be like a combo section at the end. But if you did like heavy punish counter into medium kick Dragon Lash, and they're crouching like that, you're gonna get the punish counter, you're gonna be +4, so you will get like a combo follow-up afterwards. If you wanna get like a practical situation, say that she blocked the sweep, and bam, heavy launch punish, bam, 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 right? In that regard, it's very, very good. Now, this typically is a combo into medium kick Jinrai, medium kick Dragon Lash, requires a drive rush or a punish counter. Like this does it normally combo. It's not a two-hitting combo. So you either need to drive rush to get it, or you need like a punish counter heavy punch. Obviously, it can be very rewarding, but it needs like some specific circumstances. But if you don't want to bother with that, say that you got a jump in, the OD will combo naturally and will give you the same advantage. Like you're gonna get the +4, especially against crouchers, and bam, 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 you're getting your combos, you're getting your fun. So it is good in that. And out of the target combo, you can just go immediately into OD Jinrai, and that obviously gonna give you like a ground bounce where you can combo like a run uppercut, and this actually does combo in this patch. It's not a route that I absolutely love, but it's there and figured I should talk about it. So I left these two moves together because they are the mix-up centric aspect of Ken, and that is Jinrai and the Run, right? Because these are the options that give Ken a lot of his mix-up potential. Let's start first with the Jinrai, and Jinrai, it can be a little bit complex to describe, but stay with me. So you do the initial part, right? And then you do another. It's a quarter circle forward and kick, and then you either do forward light kick, medium kick, or heavy kick, and the ender will change. So after the initial part, if I did forward and light kick, he does a low, forward and medium kick, he does an overhead, forward and heavy kick, he does this mid-hitting kick that is typically used for combos. Typically the heavy version, the heavy ender, that we only use that for combos for the most part. Again, combo section at the end. So we're mostly going to be focused on the light and the medium. Now, what's interesting about Jinrai is that the initial part have different block advantage depending on which version you used. So the light version is -11, the medium is -7, the heavy is -2, and he says a different voice line with every one of them. But the ender have the same block at disadvantage regardless of which one you used. So if I went for the light into the low, that's gonna be -5, medium into low is gonna be -5, heavy into low is gonna be -5. And the same obviously for the overhead, -3, -3, and -3, right? It's always gonna be -3. But because the initial part it differs, and obviously they have different startup, you can frame trap into the initial part differently depending on which move you cancelled from, and the gap there can actually create different frame traps as well. So let me explain. So I got Elena. Let's talk about the initial part first, right? So say that we're going for a light kick and I'm gonna special cancel out of that light kick. So I can frame trap with a light kick into light Jinrai, and that's gonna be a frame trap. If she try to challenge, she get countered. If I try to go for a medium kick version, she will interrupt me, she will get the counter hit. Right? So the light version here, out of the light can be good. And even off of his jabs, with crouching jab you do get the mix-up as well, the frame trap, but off of the standing, you can actually do get a trade, and that's a very good trade for Ken. You actually do get a ton here. Especially if you use that, bam, she's eating a ton of damage. So lights can frame trap into light Jinrai. And light Jinrai, if I press the initial part, I can't frame trap into any of the follow-ups. I'm always getting punish counter. It's -11. Very little frame advantage. But the medium Jinrai, I can actually frame trap into the light ender. In this patch, it just knocks down, but this knockdown actually does give me like double dash, dash forward and then walk Oki, which is not bad at all. And the medium kick Jinrai, you can actually frame trap into it from his crouching medium kick. See? If I go into the light, it's a true block string. Her crouching light punch was not come out. And you can actually use that to kind of go for like spacing traps as well. I guess it's hard versus Elena, her recovery is good. But you get the point, right? Or you can go for the medium, and that is a frame trap. And obviously you can get follow-up conversions out of that. So it's the gap is different depending on which version you went. And if I try to go for like a crouching medium kick to heavy Jinrai, she's gonna be able to interrupt me. So that is really, really good. Now, off of any of the Jinrais, you are never able to frame trap into the overhead. Even if I went for like heavy Jinrai onto overhead, the overhead is never a frame trap unless you go for the OD version. The OD actually is gonna give you a trade, and that trade is gonna give you at a +6 typically, so you are getting a crouching medium punch, which can be like very good. Right? That actually can lead to a lot of damage as well, right? One other really good thing is even without the mix, because we said that you can go for like a medium and they have to respect your light, that obviously enables the door to go for the overhead, and the overhead is an 18 frame startup overhead, which is relatively fast. So it's a low that is 6 frame on this initial kick, which is really fast, or like an 18 frame. So it's like a hard move to just raw react. And if the opponent say is going for gimmicky solution, like they're gonna try to drive impact you. One really good thing about this is that you can like cancel it into super. So like you can make yourself safe with that. And obviously Jinrai have a ton of pushback. So if I went for the medium kick Jinrai, like the frame trap version, see this? I chipped at her drive. Now there is a big gap between us. It's -5, but no one got a 5 frames that reaches that far, so it's really, really good in that sort of situation. Now the heavy kick version, this pretty much will have a block string into the light ender. See, so that pretty much is a safe way to chip at the drive. So if she didn't challenge immediately and I was able to do that, that is pretty much free chip at her drive gauge. That was over an entire bar of drive gone. Into the medium kick version is a true block string. Into the heavy version, this does have a gap, but if they didn't challenge, that's a ton of drive bar that's gone. And the initial part is -2, which is very, very good. Now, one of the weaknesses of Jinrai is that depending on the opponent, like if we got Elena here, characters that have, so the initial board, that the light version, this one is -11 on block, and the medium version is -7, meaning that if the opponent have a 7 frame startup move, they can punish both. But I said the medium into the light is a frame trap, but if their fast move is invincible, they get a punish regardless. Right, so against characters with reversals, they can just go for that and they're gonna punish you. Even if I didn't commit, I'm getting punish counters. That's something that you got to keep in mind. But if they don't have it, you can go, like you can just mix them up to your heart content, right? And that is just really good because overhead is safe as well. That is just really, really good. Now, if you do happen to get the hit, the light version leaves him standing and leave you at a +3 advantage. And depending on the version, obviously, the distance will differ a little bit because he moves forward more with the medium. So that is a little bit more consistent. But obviously at this +3, I mean, you can try to go forward for a grab. You can check them walking low with a crouching medium kick afterwards. Right? You can try to go for a shimmy. It gives you like a pretty good, like say that she's gonna try to tech here after getting hit. Right? That's gonna put you in a situation where you do get the ability to mix up Elena in this very good instant. Now, one thing that you can do, although I don't think personally it's hit confirmable, is you can try to reset the opponent and go for as an overhead version. Now, the overhead version does give you the +3 as well. But one interesting thing about it is that it is super cancelable. Just because the light will combo and you can cancel it into level 3. You can cancel the overhead into level 3 as well, although it does not combo. So you can do that. Cancel into level 3. It's immediate overhead into level 3. This does a ton of damage. See the super scaling here is at 90. So that's really, really high. And a big part of Ken is gonna be Jinrai, and Jinrai reset and Jinrai pressure. There are obviously mix-up situations where you can use the Jinrais to get like a meaty overhead. Like say you do the target combo and then with a heavy Jinrai, you can delay into an overhead. See, that was like a meaty overhead, and that overhead was like +5, so then I'm able to follow. That can be really, really good as well. Can go for like a meaty low as well in some mix-up situations. So it's like such a mix-up centric tool, but again, you have to be worried a little bit about your opponent. But it's insane. Like you can keep it tight. You can be eager and go for a ton of pressure on them, and obviously it can create like spacing traps as well, especially with the light version, because the light version pushes back a lot, so that can create like wave punish scenarios. Like I said, the opponent need to have a PhD in Jinrai to know how to deal. If you're really good at mixing it up, like you can get some very devastating results with Jinrai, right? And the OD version is very powerful as well. Because it combos from lights, and like you can use it to combo into level 2 super. Jinrai, again, there will be like a combo section at the end, and obviously there are like Jinrai loops, probably if you've seen in the intro. His heavy Jinrai will combo from his crouching heavy punch naturally, and this sets up like very powerful juggles. Because a combo into like OD Dragon Lash, bam, and obviously like you can go for other enders here as well. Bam. Jinrai, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, right? So that's a lot of damage. Next up we got the run. And run for Ken is very, very simple. Out of the run, there are 6 options that you can do. You can run into uppercut, and like you press 2 kicks and then Ken will run, right? If you input uppercut, he's gonna do this running fiery uppercut, which does 1700, that's a lot. And this could be like really, really good in ship scenario. Like, even if she's that far, I didn't make her block. See how much chip damage she got? So that actually could be really good. And that does go through fireball as well. So that is something that's actually really good. And obviously, this is one of his main ways to combo, because her combo run, uppercut, and then cancels that into super. Again, there will be like a combo section at the end, but it's Ken, you know what I'm talking about, right? Run uppercut into super. That obviously is a classic for this character. There is also run into Dragon Lash, and this also is just a straight up combo tool. Now, the good thing about this is that it side switches. This gives Ken like a meterless side switch that is really good. And off of this side switch, this puts Ken at a 42 frame advantage. So this could set up safe jump scenarios. Say that she woke up with a reversal. Right, so that can set up safe jump. That is really good for him, right? Bam. Die. That's pretty good. Or obviously like you can go for the damage, and this is generally one of his best ways to combo into level 3, because if you cancelled into his from his Jinrai, depending on the hit how you got it, you may get the level 3 to connect, or maybe it won't. If you happen to get in any juggle situation and you did like a Dragon Punch into it, typically you're not gonna get the cinematic, but just getting the bounce into the level 3, that's a great way of getting like the cinematic super, right? So that is good. Obviously his main side switch, and you can go for an OD Tatsu like that to get like interface corner situation, right? That's really, really powerful. Or obviously you do the Tatsu, and if you do the Tatsu, this is probably the most commonly used combo ender for Ken, because he gets a double dash Oki. He dashes twice and he's still +5. Most of the time with Ken, you want to combo jab into the target combo into run Tatsu, because this is one of the special moves in this game, probably that got the most corner carry. Double dash and then grab, and bam, she's in the corner. That's why his level 1, I would say his layer 1 pressure is top tier, because of how much corner carry there is on this very specific move. Right? Run Tatsu have a ton, and there is so much that you can do out of it. If you do run Tatsu, so let's actually save the state here. Double dash, you're +5. right? So you can go immediately into grab. You can obviously frame trap if you want to make her wake up with a jab. Right, obviously you're gonna grab her out of the jab. You can go for a mix-up with a crouching, like a meaty crouching medium punch, a meaty crouching medium punch, meaty standing medium punch. One of the setups I just showed you prior with standing medium kick into heavy punch, and that's gonna put you at enough frame advantage to get like a really good combo going. It's gonna put you at like +6, +7. I think you can get that to be like +7, yeah, and you get an ender. One of the things that you can do is with jab into run, and that gives you like either an overhead, that's gonna be like a meaty overhead, or run into stop. Let's actually not make her do that now. So this overhead is actually gonna be, let's actually make her crouch, because that's typically how she's gonna get hit. Right? Meaty overhead is gonna give you +4 advantage, so you are getting that. Bam, bam. That could be pretty good. Obviously, if you're in the world as well, like you can get more. Right? Let's bring up the heat. So that could be good. And in the same situation, just run stop is gonna leave you at +2 as well. This knockdown in general puts you at 43 advantage, which means that you can go for a safe jump as well. Man, she's gonna get owned. So yeah, tremendous. Okay, you get double dash into grab, you get an overhead or not, you get a meaty heavy punch, you get a safe jump, whatever you want. This is pretty much like the best ender in the game, the best combo ender in the game. Does ton of corner carry as well, so absolutely tremendous. And obviously Ken does have the option of run stop, and run stop is used a lot on combos, especially in conjunction with his crouching heavy punch. Because if you do like a drive rush crouching heavy punch and then run stop, he's gonna be at a +7 advantage at best, might be +4, +5. So generally you're gonna get like crouching jab into enders to get that, which give you like that tremendous Oki I was just talking about. But also that can just be used for resets. Like in this very specific instance, you can just stop and then get a grab on her, and obviously you can follow up the combos if you have. Now on block you would never have enough frame advantage for this to be safe. Like run stop will never be safe. Like you're always gonna be at negative frames, you're always gonna be punishable, but still you can fake pressure with it, I guess. I don't personally love doing it because you don't really need it, but it is there. One of the things with Ken is that he's a pressure monster. So maybe he will respect the Jinrai, you know this, so you run stop and then grab them. But if they react fast enough, as he can punish you. Now obviously he does have the run overhead as well, and just like I showed you, there are setups where you can get that run overhead to be meaty. And this run overhead is similar to the Jinrai overhead. It's an 18 frame starter move, and this one is cancelable to super level 3 as well. So maybe you can just surprise the opponent with it. It works even against the pros, this might work, but obviously this is a very big call out, and I don't think this is confirmable, to be honest. I don't think you can confirm it, you kind of have to commit. So it's a little bit of a risky strategy, but it can work, right? It can work. So that's something that you got to keep in mind. And obviously, like I showed you, there are some meaty situations. This is the most famous one with jab, where you're going to be able to get the overhead to be meaty enough. Another one that is very common is of a punish counter sweep that I showed you earlier, where you get a punish counter sweep with crushing light kick. Now the overhead is going to be meaty, where you're going to be able to get combos. Bam, now she's carried to the corner where she's gonna have to mix. she's gonna get mixed, right? So that's actually really, really powerful. He does have the run step kick as well, which could be really good. His run step kick is treated as a normal, so you can actually cancel the run step kick into his supers. I'm not doing it. Like you can cancel it into level 1, you can cancel it into level 2 as well, which in some combo situations might be the optimal thing to do actually. Like, say that you got this. Doing this might be pretty good, if like, especially if you want the level 3. And you want to get like the cinematic level 3. This actually is a pretty decent ender. So it is used, and in the neutral obviously you can't use it. Now his run step kick have pretty good range and does have pretty good pushback. So it is one of the, especially if you look from further range, using it out of a run just to harass the opponent from a distance is pretty good. And if you happen to get the counter hit, it's gonna beat you at a +5. So depending on the range, you can get like a light kick conversion. You can also use it in frame traps. And that especially work, I will say, if they are delaying, but that is if they don't know the matchup. So say out of the target combo, like you can cancel into the run step kick, and this can catch them, like that. But if they're doing it reversal timing, obviously they're gonna get you. Like you don't really get it, and maybe they wanna be safe from the fireball, so they delay it. It's like it's a more delayed frame trap, but that does require like a lot of layers of conditioning. But you can get it to work, as you can see, right? But obviously, if you're up close like it, this move is unsafe. It's -4, and Ken does have a really big extended hurt box there, so that's something that you got to keep in mind.
So unfortunately, the part where I get to talk about Ken's supers, that did kind of get corrupted. We're gonna have to redo it again, but they're really simple. His level 1 super is on a backwards motion. All of them are easy to combo into from his bounce, and this one is really great as a reversal, as we talked about in the intro. His level 2 super is also one of the easiest supers to combo into. It's really fast, it's 6 frame startup, which also makes it like a pretty good move at punishing stuff. And it is safe on block, so if the opponent is in burnout, you can absolutely use it to shib at them, or just use it to get them into burnout. And one of the greatest things about it is that it does send them full screen, right? But Ken still gets Oki, which is it's kind of nuts. And the move is just very easy to combo into OD Jinrais, any juggles. It's very fast, so it's easy to combo into. His level 3 is kinda tricky. I don't think it's like the routes to combo into it aren't that easy. Pretty much any juggle into DP will not let it connect, and again there will be like a combo section at the end. One of the good things about it though is that if you happen to use the level 3, you still do get like Drive Rush Oki afterwards, which is pretty powerful, but it's not the easiest level 3 to combo into. I think when it comes to like level 3s, this one is slightly below average. And even just getting like an anti-air DP into super level 3, it doesn't give you like the full animation as it did for like Sagat or Ryu or many of the other characters. And that is about it for Ken. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. We'll be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the combo section.